Hi, fourth grade, welcome back. So recently we've been painting. A couple days ago, we started our Picasso projects. And then the next time I saw you, we made our clay loom. So if you were not here last time, which means you did not do the clay and did not create the loom, I need you to raise your hand so I can give you the iPad so that you can create that lesson on your own today. So we have been studying Picasso. He's one of the most well-known artists in the whole world. He did pass away, so he's no longer making art, obviously. His paintings are super duper expensive. And he created what form of artwork? So he had a special name for his type of art. Does anyone remember what it was called? Raise your hand. I hope someone said cubism. So cubism was when you split up an object into different areas and you made it look very abstract, so made it look not real. So we're going to be trying out that method. Today we're going to be painting. I'm going to show you how the painting station works. Hopefully you picked up your Picasso painting. Now if you weren't here for that, raise your hand so I can give you an iPad and you can watch that lesson on your own. But basically we drew some instruments, split it all up, went over it with Sharpie. I still have those materials if you did not finish, but I'm going to go over painting just for those who are ready. So here are your options. So this is where you're going to be spending a lot of time today. I'm going to give you access to some of the liquid tempera, or you could do solid tempera. I'm going to talk about both. You will need what's over here. You're going to need a placemat, a paintbrush, paper towel. There's different sizes in here. Most people tend to go with the larger one for the larger areas and then a smaller one for the smaller areas. Once you have these three items, your paintbrush, paper towel, and placemat, you are all ready to come back around and get your other supplies. So, if you would like to use the liquid tempera, I have some restrictions on it. So, just because classes in the past have wasted paint before, I only allow 3 colors at a time. If you would like some colors from here, just let me know which ones you want. I will help you the first time around. Just let me know what you want, and then I'll leave them out. Let's say, I would like some orange, so I'm going to give this a little shake while the lid's closed, otherwise it's going to spray everywhere. Once it's all shucking up, I open it on its side, and there is some buffalo wing sauce. Just kidding, it's orange paint. Then, of course, you make sure that the lid is on tight, and then leave it out just in case you need more. For today, I'm actually going to show you some techniques that you can do with one color of paint. I'm actually going to get some white, but remember, you can choose any 3 colors that you need. I just want to show you something really cool that happens when you use black, white, and then the color. Alright, so I'm going to take these real quick and show you how to use them. You will also need a water cup. I have water cups right here. You just turn on the faucet, on, give it just about an inch of water. I don't know why people fill these up as if they're going to drink from it. So liquid tempera tends to be a little bit harder to use than the solid tempera. You might have used that one before. Like I said, I'm going to show you both. Alright, so obviously you can just dive right in, pick a color, and start painting if you want to. But some people get the liquid tempera so that they can mix a certain tint or shade. So tint means that you mix the color with white, so obviously that would make the color lighter. Or shade, which means you added a little bit of black, and that made the color a little bit darker. So I'm going to show you how that works now. If you ever need to mix 2 colors together, just dip, let it drip, and dry off. Perfect. And then I leave these 3 open so that you can kind of mix the 3 colors that you got and make a little, have a few more options. So let's say I want to mix a little bit of the white, and then I'm going to mix a little bit of the orange too. So you can mix it all together. But if you're going into a new color and you don't want to mess it up, you might want to clean your brush, especially with the light colors like white. And then, of course, you can take that tint, remember that's mixed with white, and put it where you want it. So now it's kind of this salmon, this like pink orange. I probably could use a smaller brush and fill this part in a little bit nicer than I am. Now you don't have to do tints and shades. I'm just putting it out there. Just something I'm supposed to teach you in 4th grade is tints and shades, so you're welcome to use them. Alright, now I want to mix that shade. So dip, let it drip, dry off, especially when you're mixing that shade, because now you're going to mix in a little bit of black. What I usually do is I take a whole bunch of the color that I want to mix with black, put it in one of the little cups, and only take a teeny tiny little bit of black. Just a teeny tiny bit is all you need. So That actually turned out not as I expected. It's kind of this dark brown. I thought it would turn into a dark orange, but that shows you really only need a little bit of whatever you need. So since I have a lot of this kind of murky color, I'm just going to put it in a spot that I don't necessarily care about because I don't really like that color so much, but I'm going to use it because I don't like to waste paint. Any paint that you don't use is going down the drain. All right, so I do want you to use up all the colors that you have. You can share with a friend. If for some reason you do finish, place the paintbrush in the water cup. Take this over to the sink. So this will be at the end of class if you did not finish, but please try to use those colors. Please don't waste them like I did. If you were here last year, you know how to clean these paint trays, but there's one thing new. All right, so you turn on the water, and then it's immediately going to go to really fast water. If you touch it, it's probably going to spray you. Turn it down all the way to its lowest setting. Put the paint tray under the water, and use your paintbrush, this big paintbrush back here, so it's by the sink, and go in circles until it goes away. It only takes a few seconds to clean this out. Please don't leave it here for me to clean. Not cool. But as I'm going, I'm just doing little circles until it all disappears. The white can be kind of tricky. You can never tell when it's gone away. Black can be very staining. Make sure you definitely clean that off. It gets really messy, as you can see. Turn on the water just a little bit more. Turn it down. Just want to get that gunk out. But make sure it is totally clean. All right, all clean. Just give it a little shake. And then over here in the other sink, I should have this thing. If you could please just take your paint tray, put it in one of these little slots. Last year people were stacking these and it was making a moldy mess. Please don't stack them, they need to dry. So just kind of place them as if you were doing the dishes, and this will stay in the sink closer to the door. All right, now this is the solid tempera. It comes in a few different colors. This is for someone who wants a few different colors to choose from so they're not going back and wasting paint. So this is an option for you. I have some of these. If these aren't working for you, I can find one of my bigger trays, but some of these are really old, so you get what you get. So these are very similar to normal tempera. The thing is that they are water activated, so you need the water to make them work. They're obviously dry right now. Nothing's going to happen. Take the paintbrush, dip, let it drip, and then swirl, 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 swirl. Now, oh my gosh, I made my first mistake. I totally did not clean my brush all the way, and now there's orange guckiness in that paint, solid paint. If you could please use that paper towel to clean up any messes, but also if you get stuff in the nasty tempera, make sure you get it out. All right, let's try that again. Dip, let it drip. All right, so now I'm swirling, 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 swirling. It takes a lot of swirls to make this work. You gotta go back, 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 and forth. All right, but once you've gone over it a few times, it should start showing up, and it's gonna be a vibrant color. Now, if you want it even more vibrant, go around the, I almost call these little cakes or hockey pucks. That's what they look like to me. Go around it a few more times, and it's going to be a more vibrant color. We are painting the whole thing on these paintings. If you want to switch colors, you got to dip, let it drip, and then dab. You need to dry off. So not this kind of dab, this kind of dab. Dip into the water, and you can choose a new color. Just make sure that you're cleaning your brush. Don't want to get crazy different colors in different areas. Now notice that's not very vibrant. Like I said, if you're noticing that, go back and swirl. One final tip is I think you should slow down. Try to do every single part different. Those lines that split up the paper, maybe you could use those. Maybe, you know, it's purple here and then turns into a different color. It will still look really cool. So you can be totally abstract with this, or maybe you want to do more realistic colors. It's totally up to you. All right, so when it's time for us to clean up, all paintbrushes, no matter what you use, go into the water cup. Water cup, you just take it. We're gonna put it back here on the counter so I can have my next class clean it. Your paint trays go over here. Notice that they have a little bit of cardboard underneath. That needs to stay there. Please don't lose that cardboard. Your paint tray needs to be cleaned and goes in the sink. Paint bottles, I will put up 10 minutes before it's time to go. So what you have is what you're using. So when you're done, all paintings, even if you didn't even get to paint today, I still want on the drying rack. The drying rack is over here towards the sinks. We always put it on the bottom. I don't know why people like to stack them, as if it's going to dry better if it's at the top. And then we stack it right on top of the person who just went. Now, as far as cleanup goes, throw away your paper towel. We don't need that nasty mess no more. We have plenty of trash cans. Your egg tempura, or your solid tempura as you can call it, goes on the back counter. As mentioned, just stack it up and I'll put it away for you. Once I see that all tables are clean, I'll pass out the wet wipe so we can clean our hands and clean our table. Get that gunky, nasty mess off that table and off your hands. All right, guys, have a good one.